Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and part 4 of our Gunsmith series. This one's with the SKS, and with the last wipe and the overhaul of the SKS, quite a few things changed with this build and there's some buggy stuff around it. So let's get into it so you can get this built with the least amount of problems as you can. Okay, so the first build we're going to go over, the main requirement for it is Jaeger loyalty level 2. If you don't have it, go to the next build. I'll throw a chapter down below. That'll be a build for Jaeger level 1. It's a little bit harder. It's got some more hangups on it, but this one here, you might even be able to do without Jaeger 2 if you have the flea market and this stuff's all cheap. So we're going to start off with getting a SKS off of Jaeger. Pretty simple. Make sure it is the OP SKS, not the regular SKS. It has to be the OP SKS. Now, this is because that's the only way you can mount a sight to it, which you need for this specific build. Then you're going to go to Peacekeeper and you're going to buy the 20 round mag and the M4SS stock. Those are both on Peacekeeper loyalty level 1, so you don't have to have him leveled up. Here's the stock, or here's the 20 round mag right here, and then the stock right there. After that, you're going to need all the Tapco parts, which are all on mechanic loyalty level 1. The suppressor you're going to have to get off the flea market. It is on Skier, but I believe it's loyalty level 3, but it is pretty cheap on the flea. You can get it as cheap as like 37,000 sometimes. You're also going to need the thread adapter. This is on Jaeger loyalty level 2. You need a P-Lod scope, which this is right on Jaeger at loyalty level 1, along with a 25 ring mount. That is all the parts you need. Oh, minus the choate, however you say this. This is the scope mount. It's a new one this wipe with patch 14 that goes on the SKS. It is also on Jaeger level 2. We'll get a parts list here real quick for you guys to look at. Let me get this opened up into the gun builder. So we'll open up Gunsmith part 4. Let me turn on all the parts so you can see it. The stats, the key is to get ergo over 35, and then the hidden stat. It does not say in the Gunsmith, but the weapon has to be under 6 kilos. This is hanging up a lot of people, including myself. I couldn't figure it out. I ended up doing some goofy stuff with taking this gas tube cover off, which gets into the other build. We'll talk about that, but this one does work right here. The key, obviously, being to get under 6 is this suppressor. If you go with the Hexacon SKS, it puts you right on the borderline of being 6, and it wasn't working. Sometimes it is. It's hard to say exactly what's going on. I'm not sure. Now, you can cheat the system a little bit, like you can pull off the rear sight and get these weights down, whatever it might be that you work it. I just ended up doing this suppressor anyways because it's usually cheaper. So when we go to build this right off the base SKS, here are all the parts you're going to need. It's going to cost you about 90K with the traders. And again, I'm getting the suppressor for 35, so you could easily push into about 100K for all of the parts on top of the SKS. I'll hide my screen here real quick, or not hide me, but hide my face so that you can pause and see what we have here. Now, another screen people like to see is this one. It allows them to see all the various parts that are on there, so I'll open this up so you guys can see that as well if you want to see it that way. But let's go into the second build in case you don't have Jaeger 2 or some of these parts are expensive or something like that, because there is another way to do this. It's a little weird. Now, the biggest things you're going to be changing is the sight and the dust cover on here. So I'm going to open up my B build and show you what it is. What you end up doing is you end up leaving the dust cover from the brown, the tan, whatever you want to call it, stock on there. You don't put the Tapco top on, and that's a weight thing, but you still want the ergo. You still maintain the same suppressor, but now instead of that this choate mount, you go with a OPS DT mount, which is also on Jaeger loyalty level 1, and then you buy this USP1 optic from Proper. And if for some reason this isn't working for ergo or whatever reason, you can even add the eye cup on there, which will kick you way up over the top on ergo. All of this stuff will go buy it. Now you're talking about the same price just because the scopes are the same. You're 90K again for this build as far as being able to do it on Jaeger level 1. And then here is the build screen for everything that you're going to want right there as well for those that want it. But that's Gunsmith part 4. Hope this was helpful. Hope it got you through the build pretty quickly and easily. So we'll wrap her up there and we'll see you in the next Gunsmith video.